Hey everybody, welcome to class number 2 of the doTERRA Business Builder call. Last week we went over the compensation plan, and I always love going over the compensation plan because it kind of brings us back to center, like what is the opportunity that's here? What are the possibilities that are here? But just because those possibilities are there and that I told you that you can activate all of those 6 parts of the doTERRA compensation plan, it doesn't just work that way by osmosis. Okay, there's work that actually needs to be done. So this week we are going to talk about basically why you would want to do doTERRA. If you don't know why you want to do this, then you probably aren't going to. So we're going to teach you how to start developing a very deep why and to have that grow as you grow in doTERRA. And we're also going to talk about expectations of a leader. And as I talk about these expectations of a leader, you may realize that's not really what I signed up for. Maybe I'm more of a sharer, and that's okay. As long as you identify where you're at and what you want to do with doTERRA, that is going to be the purpose of this phone call. Okay, so let's go through expectations of a leader. All right, so I was going to do this week, go through your back office. I was going to go into the doTERRA website and actually talk to you more about placing orders, using points. I want to make sure that you have that down pat so that you can tell other people about it. We all have to know how to do that. I also want to talk more about LRP, but I really wanted to go into your back office so that you can see how doTERRA does everything for you and you can see everything. I'm going to have to move that to next week because the doTERRA website is down. But let's just focus on this importance of the LRP, which is what I talked on this last week, but I want to reiterate how important this is. And again, so that you know this, so that you can tell other people about this as well. Your LRP is your loyalty rewards program. You only earn points on orders over 50 PV. Okay, so if you have a 48 PV order, or if one of your, someone in your downline, is putting in like a 45 PV order, you might just contact them and tell them, you're not going to earn points on that unless it's over 50. So everybody in your downline who's on LRP should know that 50 PV number. You as a business builder also need to know the 100 PV. You will not earn commissions if you do not have a 100 PV order for the month that your commission is being paid out in. There's also another stipulation, since fast starts are paid on a weekly basis. The computer looks only for accounts that have a 100 PV order in their template right now. So if you have like a 76 PV order in there because you just aren't sure what you're going to order yet, and you enroll somebody, you will not get your fast start bonus. Fast start bonuses are generated on Tuesday and Wednesday, and you never know when your number is going to come up in the computer. So always keep a 100 PV order at all times. Not only that, but you never know when somebody else in your downline is going to enroll somebody. And then they get the 20%, but you get the 10% off of that. So you never know when that's going to happen. So make sure you have that 100 PV at all times. And then if you are going to get the free product of the month, you need to be at 125 PV. I always suggest that everybody's at 125 PV, and also that you're placing your orders before the 15th of the month. When I'm enrolling someone on LRP, I never enroll them after the 15th of the month. I always want to do it before the 15th. There's a couple of reasons for that. They're going to get the free product of the month if they're over 125 PV. So it's really the best option for them. The other reason that doTERRA does that is for us as business builders, because then we get the vast majority of the volume into our organization before the 15th of the month. And then we have another 2 weeks to get to hit our rank and our bonuses that we want to work that we want to hit, because we can really see where we need to have the volume. Okay, so just know that 15th of the month is a really important one. Get people in there before that, and never order off the LRP. Never place a one-time standard order, because you won't earn points And even if you are under 50 PV, you don't even earn shipping points on that. Okay. So at least we earn 4 shipping points back if our LRP is underneath 50, but never order off the LRP. Okay. So more doTERRA back office basics later. I just want to talk about this slide a little bit. Multi-level marketing. I just want you to kind of roll that around in your brain a little bit. And if you guys could just maybe unmute, you don't even have to tell us who you are, but just say what, you know, the visions or the thoughts that come to your mind when you think of multi-level marketing. Let's have a couple of answers.
I know other people think it's like a scam.
Okay, it's a scam, right? What else?
Other people feel that they are under pressure to be a part of what some people see as a group or a I don't want to say cult, but some people see it as a cult.
Okay, well, let's just put it out there. That's what we want to do, Danny, that other people might see this as a cult. Like, you know, if you're not part of the group, then you're out, you know, something like that. What else?
Sometimes the products aren't always the best products is what a lot of people think.
Okay.
But we know that's not true.
We know that's not true. Actually, the reason that doTERRA chose the vehicle of multi-level marketing to get their products out is because they realize if they just put these amazing high quality products on a shelf somewhere, people are going to pass right by them because they're not educated on how to use them. So they knew that they had to create an army of educators, which is what we are, so that we can go out and educate people how to use these amazing wellness products. I can't think of another vehicle besides multi-level marketing that would have worked well for doTERRA, honestly. I mean, I used to just walk by the essential oils in the natural grocers or wherever I was and not even think twice about it, you know? But now I know about it, I'm educated about it, and I want to educate other people as well. So
And you
anybody
still
else?
walk by the essential oils and natural grocers.
Thank you. You are a very smart woman. Good girl. We know we have an amazing product. So there is a documentary right now on Netflix called Lularoe, and it is about the Lularoe Frenzy, the leggings that were out there and are still out there actually. And they were just going absolutely crazy. This is what, 5-6 years ago. And people would just set up these pop-up shops all over, and they had to carry, it was like $8,000 or something like that, between $6,000 and $8,000 to get started with a Lularoe business. They basically had to carry a store in their car every time they set up one of these pop-up shops. They had to set up racks and clothes, and oh my gosh, I can't even imagine what they had to do to make a couple of bucks to sell some leggings. That's, and this Lularoe, it's about how the upper level management, the owners of that company, about how screwy they really were. And it gives the industry, multi-level marketing, a really bad name, which is what that show set out to do. But I'll tell you what, I would like you to watch that show called Lularoe, and I would like for you to say, to see how different doTERRA is from the way they put together that company. And that is usually the perception of a multi-level marketing company, is that it's a pyramid scheme and that you sit on top of the pyramid and you get in just at the right time and everybody else will come in underneath you and all the money will just flow up. Well, that's not how that's not how a good multi-level, a true and a real multi-level marketing company works. doTERRA is above board on everything that they do. We have 7 leaders. There's a series of checks and balances with doTERRA. We are, the products that we have are obviously, you know what the products are like. We give back to the world. We have a product that everybody, you have to have a product that everybody needs, not a product that everybody wants. because when money gets tight, or when there's, you know, there's some skepticism about the product or whatever, then nobody's going to buy your product if it's something that they just want. We have something that the world needs, and that is very, very different. The, you know, if we think of Amway, that pressure sales and go, go, go type of attitude. And I like the way Danny put it. It can sometimes feel like a cult, okay? And that is exactly what we don't want our feel to be in doTERRA. We don't want to be pressure salespeople at all. We want to offer a product that everybody needs and then educate them on what they already probably want. The thing is, everybody needs essential oils. They just don't know it yet, okay? Not everybody wants essential oils. I can't say that everybody wants them. Everybody does need them. They just don't know it. So it's our job to be able to tell them that. And multi-level marketing has become a very effective, wonderful tool for us to be able to be this army of educators to get that information out. Does anybody else have any other thoughts about multi-level marketing, or how, you know, your perceptions of what, you know, what the world thinks it is? What was that? Well, I thought somebody was trying to say something.
No, I just hit my phone. But
Okay.
it does sometimes have a negative connotation, but there's been a lot of success in small businesses with it. So I try to promote that. It's a way for small businesses to become large businesses.
Exactly. And think about a small business. How much money does it cost to start a small business? I think the average startup cost is $30,000 that people take a loan out for, and then there's no guarantee that that small business is going to work. And then that small business person has to do all the work. They have to do all the marketing. They have to do all the research. They have to do all the ordering. They have to do all the everything for that business. With multi-level marketing in a company like doTERRA, we can have our own small business or big business, whichever we want to make it. And doTERRA has done all of that for us. They have done all of the pricing. They've put the website together. They've, you know, they offer us promotions. They've put this amazing compensation plan together for us. And here's the kicker, you guys, $30,000 or $8,000, which it might take to get into some other companies. Really, you can have a multi-level marketing doTERRA business for about $150. Now, you do have, you're buying your own products every month, so you're becoming a product of a product. So I'm not saying that's the only thing that you put in, but when you're just switching where you shop, it makes so much sense, right? And then, yeah, you might need to buy some business building products, which we're going to talk about that next week. You know, what are the tools of the trade for that? So you guys, let's say you have $1,000 into your doTERRA business. I mean, by the time you have $1,000 into it, hopefully you're telling other people about it as well. And you know, you're starting to earn some of that back. That's the goal, is to at least pay for your oils every single month. I would love that for everybody in my downline. So yeah, it's a fantastic vehicle. I love it. And we want to keep it above board. What I've said before is doTERRA is a multi-level marketing company that doesn't act like a multi-level marketing company. Okay, we want to be honest, a lot of integrity, and definitely I'm going to talk about guardians of the culture here pretty quick. Okay. So what's your why? I think if Carrie Baumhoff is on this, she's laughing right now. This is kind of a big, it's huge, because, you know, if you don't know why you're doing something, you're not going to continue to do it. So a lot of people, I say, like, you know, why do you want to do doTERRA? Because I want to help people. That's not going to cut it, you guys. there's going to be some really tough times with doTERRA, and there's going to be some really great times with doTERRA as well. And it's going to be all over the spectrum. And if your why is not deep enough to get you through some of those rough times and those times when you really want to level up and you really want to, move up, then it's probably you're going to quit. And you know what, I'll just put it there. You're going to quit. You're going to say, you know what, this just isn't worth it. But when your why is deep enough. So when I first started doTERRA, it's been 7.5 years now, and my why has changed probably 10 times because I kept achieving my why, and it kept coming true. And so I had to find a new why and keep growing with it. So when I started doTERRA, number one, I wanted my health back. I mean, that was my why at first. I wasn't even doing the business. I just wanted my life back. And when that started to happen, and I went back to Pam and said, do you think I could do this as a business? And she's like, pretty sure you can, so I jumped in and started doing it. But then I had to find my why. And my why was the reason that I was sick in the first place was because I had so much stress for my job. So my first why was I have got to get out of that job that I'm in. So I continued to do that job and work hard. There was 9 months of where I was doing lots of things, probably 80 hours a week, and doing doTERRA so that I didn't have to do that thing that was my stressor anymore. That became my why. So that was accomplished in 9 months. I quit my job. Oh my gosh, now why do I want to do doTERRA? Let's see. I want my husband to quit his job, and so I continued to work on these and really, I guess, what I came down to is that when you're really digging for your why, you want to do this, that why will make you cry. And quitting my job, it didn't really make me cry. I was pretty darn happy about the whole thing, but it didn't really make me cry. And so I went through this exercise, and my upline was asking me questions. She just kept saying, like, why do you want to do doTERRA? Because I want to help people. Why is that important to you? And you just keep digging in that. Well, it's important to me because there's a lot of people out there who are stuck in the medical system and they don't understand that they can get out. Why is that important to you? Because there's much better ways for us to take care of our health and wellness. And I really believe that I'm the one to bring that message to them. Really, Kathy, why is it you that needs to bring that message to them? Because my life has been changed so much. And so when I really delve down to my why, the thing that's never going to go away and the thing that I always want is freedom. It's freedom. It's not just helping people. It's time freedom. It's financial freedom. It's freedom of religion. It's freedom of speech. It's freedom to be with who I want to be with when I want to be with them. I mean, there's just so much about freedom that it gets me. Now, when I think about going back to work and punching a time clock, it makes the skin on the, I'll tell you what, I just crawl just thinking about that, because that would take away my freedom, the freedom that I've had. So I don't know what it is for you, but I know that your why will make you cry. So Catherine, can I have you, would you work with me for just a second here? Because you're kind of new to doTERRA, and I know that we haven't done this, but have you thought about that? Like you're going to come back in and you're going to be in a business building position, but why do you want to do that?
Well, I mean, I would like to, quit my job, and I would like to, it's been I don't want to say dream, but it's been a goal of mine to work from home for years. And I would really, really like to be able to do that. I mean, I'm retired military, so I have that income. So just being able to quit the job I have now and being able to work from home would be really, really nice. I'd really like to do that.
What would being at home give you?
I guess that freedom that you're talking about, I just really like to make my own schedule. I really like being able to be there for my daughter whenever, she's only going to be around, the house for a couple more years before she's gone to college. And I just really like to spend as much time as I could with her, for the last few years she's in the house. That would be
Right,
really
so
important to me.
that quality time and having to go to work every day and being out of the house and not being there if she needs you, that kind of gets you a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I know you love the oils.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So what does that mean for you? Like, why would you want to help other people find what you found?
Well, I think that, to connect with people and help them to see that, that the oils can really change, change them in a way, make their life much better, help them to help not only them, their families, but their animals' lives as well. Just it can help everything in their life, much better. It can relieve financial burden from going to the vet, and going to the doctors, everything. They can make your life a lot better, just by using the oils.
I know that animal piece is a big part for you.
Yeah.
So tell me about your animals.
We just got another one this weekend. We just got a kitten.
I know that's a really, really big piece for you.
Yeah. Yeah. And we got the spectrum. Now we got a kitten, and I got one that's 14 years old. So,
So
taking care of
why is it important for you to want to be able to take care of your animals naturally?
because I don't like putting all the toxins in their bodies with all the medications that, the doctors, they want to help your animals, but their answer is just to give them more and more medication. And, I have seen how I can take them off of that medication and give them oils internally and get the same, if not better results by giving them oils internally. And, my 14-year-old dog, I took her off the medication that the doctors had her on for years. And I see that she is doing fantastic by taking oils internally. So, that's wonderful for her, but it's also helps me financially. I don't have to go pay for those medications constantly. $85 every month for medication for her, that's a lot of money. So
yeah, and there's a lot of people out there who just give up on their pets and don't, because they can't afford it.
right.
So you could help them with that.
Yep.
I know that's a big part that's going to make you cry someday when you get to help that person to be able to have their pet. So yeah, just keep whittling away at that, and for you, that freedom word might be really big as well. But I also think it's quality of life,
Right.
is what you're telling me.
Yep.
If we really look at that you have the ability to help other people have a better quality of life because their pets are in their lives longer.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you for doing that. I appreciate that. We're going to dig down on that a little bit more. But that's what you guys can do. Just keep asking yourself why is that important to me? And when you get to another level of that why is that important to me? But why is that important to me? My husband is now partially retired. He actually has the job that he loves to do. Our why continues to change and grow. We were able to achieve our dream of buying a house in Arizona. That dream has been achieved. But my why will always continue to be freedom. That I want, that's always going to be the foundation, the basis of my why is going to be that one word. So hopefully you can whittle it down to that one word. Okay, so we did touch on this last week, but I definitely want to touch on this again because I want you to kind of identify who you are, and what really makes you tick with doTERRA. So there's 3 types of people in doTERRA. There's your customer, and that's awesome. 85% of people in doTERRA are customers. And then you have your sharers. A lot of customers can get converted to a sharer because they have such great results and love the product so much that they're just telling people about them naturally. So they can start to make a little bit of an income, and they're just telling people about it kind of naturally. But they even a sharer may give you referrals, and then you can help a sharer to either earn extra oils or things like that. So there's different types of sharers that are out there. And then what we're going to talk about more on this call is a builder. This is the person that does want to make an income. We want to impact the lives of other people on a deeper level. So these are the expectations. I just want to go back a little bit here. Hang on. There is a slide that's missing. Let me go back. It was hidden. Hang on. I have to unhide it. Okay. Okay, so are you guys seeing my people who share slide now? Okay, cool. All right, so we want to talk a little bit about what it means to be a sharer versus being a business builder. So a sharer does have personal experiences with the oils, and they just can't keep it to themselves. They're like telling everybody at work, they're telling their neighbors, they're telling their kids, and it's fun because they're just out there doing all the work for you, right? They're telling everybody about this. They may host a class occasionally. It's really great to get together with the sharer and say, hey, would you get together and get some of your friends together, and we can host a class. So they bring their friends to a class that's held by the leader. A sharer may or may not teach the class themselves. They're probably going to expect you to teach that class. They're going to casually, like I just said, tell their family and friends about essential oils. They're going to refer other people to their leader for an enrollment. So sometimes sharers, there's different levels of sharers too. If it's a kind of a high level sharer, they may want to enroll their own people, get their $50 power of 3 bonus, but they have to know that they're expected to take care of the people that they enroll. That's what's really important in doTERRA is we want people to be taken care of. So if just, Nancy Schmancy, enrolls somebody and she really doesn't know that much about oils, but, oh yeah, you can just get an account under me, but then she never teaches her person about oils. She doesn't really get them a product guide. She doesn't teach them how to be on LRP. Then that person is probably going to fizzle out and they're going to quit. So it is better if that person doesn't want to take care of the people underneath them, ask if you can be the enroller of that person, and you can either give them the money that you're going to make for the enrollment or give them oils back for that. Okay, it needs to be designated what they want to do and if they want to take care of that person or not. Okay, so if they do decide that they want to enroll people, they can earn a fast start bonus. If their LRP orders are over 100, they can fill in their power of 3 structure. A sharer can also get their doTERRA products free every month, and they can change people's lives. Okay, but if this is going to kind of be like a low level sharer, you can talk about where those enrollments are going to go and if you want to take them or not. Okay, we never steal enrollments from everybody else, but we definitely want people to be taken care of. Okay, so from a sharer, now here are the expectations of building a business with doTERRA. And this gets a little bit more into detail. So think about these things. And I will tell you right now, I consider myself a business builder with doTERRA, and there's some of the things on this list that for the last 1.5 years, I have not been doing, okay? Because it's just been a really, really topsy-turvy, crazy world. I know I was doing these things at one point and I'm doing them again now, but just know this is what you want to build towards. Putting in your 125 PV monthly order before the 15th. And again, we talked about how important putting that order in before the 15th is. You're always going to get a free product, number one, but also your volume is going to be in, and the vast majority of the rest of the volume is going to be in, so that you know where to place everybody else for volume in your organization. You need to be a product of the product. So this means over time, you are going to be familiar with all of the products in the catalog, that you are going to try the skincare, that you're going to be use the shampoo, that you're going to use the new cleaning products, that you're going to try the laundry detergent, that you don't have to get everything all at once. That's why LRP is wonderful, but you are going to get familiar with those things and be able to share those product testimonials with your customers. As a business builder, you are going to have consistent communication with your upline and your downline. This is very, very important. And now, when I text somebody or send somebody a message in Facebook, I don't expect them to get back to me in the next 30 seconds, but it would be nice if they could get back to me in the same day, at least, and answer the question. You know what that's like when you send somebody a message and they just ghost you? Like, you're just gone. You don't get any message from them at all. That kind of drives me crazy, especially as a business builder. And at the end of the month, when we know that I want to be working with my business builders to be able to help them earn their own bonuses, just know that if I'm communicating with you, it's because I want to help you get your bonuses, and also, communicating with your downline. So this is really important as well, because your downline may have really important questions that they have. And so getting back to them in a timely manner is important as well. And then doing mentor or strategy calls 1 to 2 times a month with your upline. And so if you do have a downline, doing calls with those people who are at least directly on your front line, and maybe you have a builder on your second or even your third level, but having strategy calls with those people 1 to 2 times a month. And I suggest early in the month, so that you can kind of go over what their goals for the month are, and then later in the month, so that you can kind of pull that month together and then look forward to the next month. So talk about goals for the next month. And then doing your own continuing and personal development and product education. Go to YouTube, just start looking up videos and check through stuff. Do 20 minutes a day, 15 minutes a day while you're driving in the car or something. Put on a YouTube video and just be listening to some education. There's all kinds of product education on the doTERRA website. Find out more about that and just keep continuing to grow. Here's that same day response to communication from either your upline or your downline. So that goes back to that consistent communication. And here's a big one, you guys: great customer service. I don't know how many people have told me, oh yeah, somebody enrolled me a long, long time ago and I never heard from them again. Wow, they just lost like a really good customer. So when we have great customer service, we're answering questions for people, or we're telling them what I would rather do is not just answer their questions, but tell them where they can get the information, where it is in their book or how they can look it up online. So having that one-on-one, just kind of a reach out, if somebody gets off LRP, just contact them and say, hey, I saw you got off LRP. Is everything okay with your orders? And they may say, yeah, it's just not for me right now. Or I'm going to start it back in a couple of months. But that's when you tell them you're losing your 30% and your points. So you may not want to do that. Okay. So just make sure that you have that really great customer service. One of those things is when they get their kit, you need to do a wellness consult with them. Now, whether that's on the phone, whether that's online, or whether you're sitting one-on-one across from them, having a cup of coffee at their table. Now, what a wellness consult is after they get their kits, now it becomes real for them. They have their stuff in their house. on their table and they don't know how to use it. Even though they came to a class and they learned all that stuff, suddenly it just becomes like a moot point and they need to learn it all over again. And that's where they get to hear it a second time and it really starts to sink in, because now it's their stuff and they're going to be using their stuff. So that wellness consult is huge. And that's something for me, probably for the first 2 years of my business, that I know that I did not do very well. But I want to make sure that within a week of that person getting their first kit, that you're talking to them about how to use their new products. Have one event, a one-on-one meeting, or one class per week. Now, right here, some of you are probably going, I'm a sharer. This is, I don't know if I could do this one time a week, but one-on-one meeting. I went and I sat down with my friend the other day for 2 hours and we had coffee and we talked about life and she enrolled, you know? So don't make it feel like it's such a job, but it's just really getting together with people and telling them what you do and telling them what you love. So you are never, ever, I can guarantee you this, nobody's ever going to come to a class that you don't schedule. Just saying. Nobody's ever going to come to a class that you don't schedule. Have classes on your schedule, and then your mind automatically moves toward that thing that you need to, start getting ready for that class, that you need to start contacting people for that class, that you need to follow up with people and make sure that they're coming to that class. And here's another statistic between a class and a one-on-one. You're going to get about 30%, on average, about 30% of the people that you ask to come to a class are going to come, 30%. So if you ask 10 people to come to a class, you might get 3 people there, okay? Maybe it's even 15 people and you'll get 3 or 4 people there. But 80% of people show up for a one-on-one meeting. 80% of people will show up for a one-on-one meeting. So I like having classes because I can talk to more people at one time, and it makes it a lot easier that way. But it's more effective for me to have a one-on-one meeting, because when I have a one-on-one, very rarely do people not enroll. Okay, so those are very, very important meetings. Daily, having 2 new contacts and 2 follow-ups. Okay, so 2 new contacts and 2 follow-ups. Some of you know that you are supposed to put together a 100 names list. So this is just randomly. Think of people, 100 people, people that you work with now, people that you used to work with before, people that you went to high school with, family members, neighbors, people that you know who may be interested in natural wellness, are sick and tired of the healthcare system, or want to quit their job, want to do something else. Whatever those things are, just think of those people and just contact them, okay? And just tell them what you're doing and ask if you could just have a conversation with them. Those are your new contacts. That's the scary part. I know it is, because you don't want to be one of those crazy multi-level marketing people, right? Who just contact people because you want to make a sale. That's not who we want to be. You truly want to contact people because you want to change their lives, because you want it to be different, okay? And then 2 follow-ups are people who said that, yeah, I'd like to get together with you, but not yet. So put them on your schedule to contact in 2 weeks. So following up with people as well, that is an important aspect of the business. Attend local, regional, and corporate events. We haven't had any of these. I mean, we did recently in Denver, and a few people went down. I think some people are still kind of leery about going to some of these events, but when they are available, like you guys, next year, I would like to have 30 to 40 people from my team drive over to Salt Lake from convention next year. It is so much fun. We have a blast, and there was only 3 of us this year that went. I mean, from here, I met Pam there and some of her team there, but we just had a blast just with 3 of us. And it gets really fun when you have a whole bunch of people over there, and you can't imagine a whole arena of people who have the same beliefs and the same views as you do. It's just an amazing feeling. So be thinking about that. It's always the middle part of September every single year. And this is really fun to go over there. Start saving some money now. And we do it on the cheap usually. We don't go real big on motels and things like that. So support your enrollments. So this would be like when you do enroll someone, it's doing that wellness consult with them. It's taking them through their order so that they can see the value of the LRP. It is answering their questions. It is, you know, we really want to be that support with them until you feel like they can really fly on their own and do this essential oil thing. Oh, here's the wellness consult. That was what I was talking about earlier. Check your back office daily. And some of you were saying, I have one person underneath me. I probably don't need to check it daily. but when you start to get a few people underneath you and you're going for rank or you're going for your power of 3, you really want to know what's going on with your back office. Let's say if you have more than 10 people in your back office, who's ordering on LRP, who dropped their LRP. So now you're not going to get your power of 3 bonus. And maybe you need to do a little bit more work to get that this month. So just be checking that every day, if not every other day. Be willing to step out of your comfort zone. This is a big one. This is really not, it's my comfort zone now. I mean, it's just who I am. It's just, it seems so natural for me now because I've been doing it. But in the beginning, it wasn't super comfortable for me. And I felt like the crazy multi-level marketing person. I really did. And I didn't want to be her. Okay. So just keep that in the back of your mind. Be willing to step out of your comfort zone, but also be you and be honestly who you are when you're doing that. Expectations of a business builder with doTERRA are also loyalty. And that's loyalty to the company. It's loyalty to your upline. It's loyalty to, heck, I buy products from other companies all the time. I love Norwex. I love Pampered Chef. I'll buy their products, but I'm not going to be a business builder with them. You know, I'm not going to just sign up so that I can sell their products. So I fully believe that if you are doing multi-level marketing, you can only do one company really well. It's hard to even do one company really well. Okay. So just know that you know, choose. And it's, if you don't choose doTERRA, that's okay too. But just choose what's going to help you grow and what's going to be best for you. But be loyal to the company that you do choose. And then we want to be guardians of the culture. So what do I mean by guardians of the culture? I said earlier that doTERRA is a multi-level marketing company that doesn't act like a multi-level marketing company. And we want to keep that exactly that way. We want to be the kind of kind, caring, warm, safe, generous people that the world needs right now. We want to focus on providing natural healthcare solutions. Okay, we have solutions for so many people. We really want to keep that our high focus. We will always put people first, not rank, not bonuses, not money, not pressuring people to do things that they don't want to do. We are always going to put people first. Okay. Unity among all doTERRA members. I love the way that doTERRA has put their compensation plan together so that we are not in competition with each other. Even cross-line relationships are, you know, we're all friends across our relationships. There is enough people for everyone. Believe me, there are enough people right here in Cheyenne for the people that are leaders here in Cheyenne. If you're in your area and there's another leader in your area, there is enough people. You will find your people. We want this to be relationship centered and education based. Because here's the deal: if people don't buy what they don't think they need, it's just people don't buy what they don't think they need, right? So why would anybody, if you put up a post and you say, "Hey, On Guard's amazing, I love mine," so I mean, why would, if somebody doesn't know what On Guard was or what it does, Why would they need it? Okay, so we have to know it's about them. It's about what they want. It's about what they need. So giving education is going to spark someone's interest about why they need that thing. So it's always going to be education based. It's always going to be trust based. I never want anything unsaid behind my back. I never want that for me behind anybody else's back either. I want everything on the up and up and a trusting relationship. And that is being a guardian of the doTERRA culture. We will stand behind our product. Okay. There's last year when things were out of stock and oh my gosh, doTERRA is going under because they can't even keep enough stock and and all these kind of things. I stood behind this company. I knew I can't even imagine what they were going through at that time, but we need to stand behind our company and we need to stand behind our product. Servant leadership, which means, again, we put the needs of others first. And sometimes there's going to be times when that leader just can't do the business for a while. Now, if that becomes for months that they're not doing the business, even years that they're not doing anything, then it becomes a different story and a different conversation. But we really do have to know that we have to give people grace in these leadership roles as well. No cross recruiting. Okay. So what this means is if your friend is underneath somebody else in doTERRA and you really want your friend to be underneath you, you can't say, hey, really come on over to my team. It's so much more fun over here. If your friend approaches you and says, you know what, I'd really like to be underneath you because this person isn't really teaching me anything, that's a totally different conversation. But we never steal people from other people's teams or especially across even here in Cheyenne. We don't do that. If someone else comes to you, like I said, it is a different conversation. No gossip or bad speaking about others or other people in the company or the company itself. This is an issue that I'm dealing with right now, and it's really hard for me. But I have to speak out to somebody who's speaking about bad about the company, and it hurts my heart. But it's up to me to be the guardian of the culture and not allow this person to do that. Don't go into debt. Hello. This should not be, don't spend more money to get a rank or to get your power of 3 bonus than you're going to get from earning the rank or from getting your power of 3 bonus. We don't want anyone to go into debt. Get your products, the things that you're going to need every month anyway, but don't go into debt trying to reach for a rank or, something that's out there. We don't want anybody to do that. Please don't do that. Take responsibility for your own team. Some of you have been put into positions over people that you don't even know, okay? We need to kind of foster those relations so that you can really start taking responsibility for your own team. And I'm really good at taking responsibility of everybody else's teams. I've just got to stop that, because what I'm doing is I'm stopping you from growing. Okay, when I just take over the reins and do that, because I know how. Okay, but I want to be able to work with you, and I want to be able to have these conversations with you so that you can really feel like you own this. And then the other way to be the guardian of the doTERRA culture is to give back. Okay, so doing giving back to the healing hands. Every time you place an order every single month, even if it's $1, if it's $5, give back to healing hands every single month. Be very generous. Give away lots of samples. Just give roller balls away to people when you see that they're in need. We want to be able to give back. We want to be known as the company that's the most generous of any other company out there. And the realization is, you guys, it usually costs pennies or maybe a couple of bucks to make a rollerball blend for somebody. Just be generous. Not that it's going to come back to you because somebody might enroll, but just be generous because it's the right thing to do. And I guess that's the whole thing about this being guardians of the culture. Just do the right thing. Just do the right thing. If my slide will advance. Okay, there's 4 keys to success in doTERRA. You gotta love the product, you gotta love the company, you gotta love the industry, and you gotta believe in yourself. There you go. We can leave the call now and you guys are all successful, right? I think loving the product is pretty easy. I would dare say there's hardly anybody on this call who doesn't love the doTERRA product. We are all hooked on these products. We love these products. They have changed our lives. And that's the easy part. Loving the company, that's not a hard part, a hard thing either. I mean, doTERRA does right by us. They have co-impact sourcing and the healing hands. They are giving back to the rest of the world, and they, you know, not perfect. Is any company ever perfect? No, but what I have seen from the leadership and how they strive from the top down to be the guardians of that culture and to teach us how to do it. This is a company that I really can back and want to stay part of. Love the industry. This was a tougher one for me. And just from some of our comments earlier in the call, I can tell that this is can be a stumbling block for a lot of people because so many people have given multi-level marketing a bad name. It's not a bad industry. There are bad people in the industry. Okay, so very different concept. The way that a good multi-level marketing plan is put together is ingenious. It's fantastic the way it's put together. And any of the top level financial gurus would say, you know what, if I had a way that I could go back and do it again, I would have gone into multi-level marketing because they see the benefits for the output of time compared to the benefit that you can have from that. It's amazing. And then believe in yourself. And this is one of the tough ones, believing in ourselves. Like, am I the one who can bring this amazing message to people? Why have I been chosen to do this? Am I really the one that gets to do this? And so believing not only that you have an amazing product that you can get into people's hands, but that you are an amazing product yourself that you can give to people. That's something we have to know, that those relationships and those friendships that they're going to come, and just believing that we have answers, that we are solutions providers, that we have been given this education, not just to sit on it and say, well, it sucks for you. No, because we have been given this education because we have a responsibility to share it. And this is where that belief in ourselves really, really has to come in deep. And I really like this next graphic, that as we start to grow in doTERRA and move up the ranks in doTERRA and earn some more money in doTERRA, that it will depend on your belief levels about how far you go in doTERRA, and you will always fall back to the level of your belief. So if we are talking about everyone on this call is a believer in products, everyone here should be an elite right now. And an elite is having at least 3,000 overall volume between you and everybody else in your organization. So if you truly believe in the products and that's the only thing that you're going on, you should be able to be out there telling people and having them believe in this product and getting to that level of elite. To get to the level of premier, now you're talking about having more of a belief in this company and the opportunity. So the compensation plan, multi-level marketing itself, and doTERRA as a company, to really start to believe that this is the vehicle that I have chosen that's going to give me the freedom, and that's where, when I really started to put all of those things together with my why and my belief levels, I could really see kind of, how far I could go with doTERRA when I look at this. And then silver, you can be a silver believing in you, believing that you are the one who not only can bring these amazing products to people, but now you have 3 people underneath you who want to be leaders. So you are a leader of leaders. So you have to believe that you can be a leader, that you are valuable, that people want to listen to you, that you have something of value to give to people. And the truth is everybody here has been in doTERRA way longer than the person you're going to enroll tomorrow, right? So you know much more than the people who are underneath you in your organization, and you are of value. So getting to that silver level is when you start to believe in yourself. Gold and platinum, this is where you start to believe in your builders. And I last month, maybe 2 months ago, went through my organization and completely restructured everything and how I thought about how I want to build my business and who's where and who can do what and who's going to do this. And I was able to finally, after 7 years, pick those people in my organization that really want to do this, that really want to link arms with me and be able to do this. And it made me feel so happy that I could at least identify these people. So no, this is a really hard place to get to because it involves so much trust between you and the people that are underneath you, but it happens, okay? And then I'm so solid in my why. I don't know why I'm not solid diamond, like honest freedom. It just rings like freedom, freedom, freedom. So getting super solid in your why and that thing that is going to drive you through everything that's going to happen in your organization. This is where you're at that diamond level. And then believing in your influence, believing that you are an influencer of people, that you are a world changer, that you have much, much value to give to the world, that you can truly believe that you are an influencer and that God has put you in that position to influence other people. These are the blue and the presidentials, okay? So what can happen is you can fall back to any one of these levels. Once you reach these levels, you can fall back if you're not doing the work and believing in yourself, the company, your why, your influence. And this is what happens. Nothing will work unless you do. I love this little person. I got no idea what's going to happen, and I just love it. You know, I wonder, is this how any business executive works? I don't have any idea what's going to happen today, and let's just go with it. No, anybody who has a business has a plan, right? They have their orders, they have the things on the shelves that are, they have advertising, you know, they do things that's going to build their business instead of just saying, oh, I hope I run into someone at the grocery store today. You know, we have to be able to have a plan. Nothing is going to work unless we do. So by the end of the previous month, we're getting towards the end of October. Right now, you should be looking at November and saying, November is going to be an awesome month. I have three classes on my schedule. I have 2 one-on-ones in the first week. I already have told everybody about all the amazing Christmas items that are going to be coming up on November 1st. And I got to tell people about that early because some of them are going to be gone by November 2nd, right? So you have to start thinking about the next month in the previous month and have a plan as to what you want to do. You have to ask yourself questions like this. What rank do I want to hit in November? And it has to be realistic, not something in the next month. When you're looking 3 months out, you can start to say, okay, I'm Premier and I want to hit silver, or I'm Elite and I want to hit Premier. You can look out 3 or 4 months to do that. But when you're looking 1 month out, you just have to know, okay, am I going to maintain my rank or am I going to be able to rank up this month? Do you want to work towards hitting your next power of 3? So if you're at your 50, maybe you can look towards building and getting your 250 power of 3 bonus. How many events do you have on your schedule, on your calendar? You guys, this calendar down here should never be blank. There should always be things on your calendar, one-on-ones that you're going to be doing with people, meetings that you're going to have, classes that you have scheduled, making appointments with yourself for personal development, whatever you need to do. And I know a lot of you have little kids. I don't anymore. So it's a much different story for me. But if you truly want to build your doTERRA business, you've got to find those pockets of time, whether it's 15 minutes here to watch a video, or it's whether blocking 2 hours out and somebody has a play date with your kids, okay? Something like that, but make sure that you are blocking things on your schedule and that you're keeping appointments with yourself. We are the biggest breaker of appointments of ourselves more than anybody else. You ever had lunch scheduled with somebody and they just call and go, no, sorry, I can't go today. And you're just kind of dejected. Yeah, we would do that to ourselves all the time. We break appointments with ourselves all the time. Make sure that you know that you're important enough to keep those appointments that you have on your schedule. And then, or another question you could ask is, how many enrollments do I want to have next month? Maybe that's one enrollment. Maybe that's, I want to go for 3 enrollments. And Kathy, I don't know how to do that, but maybe next week, let's get together and have a call and we can find out how you can help me do that. Okay. Please use me. I want to be able to have those conversations one-on-one with you. The effort that you put into your business today is going to show up in 3 months in your business, or what you do in your business or don't do in your business right now will also show up in 3 months. It'll show up in a lower paycheck. It will show up in it may be a lackluster, like maybe I really don't want to do this business because you just haven't been seeing results. But results beget results. And when it gets exciting and when you start talking to people and people start getting interested, that is going to get you excited. Nothing in is going to equal nothing out. Don't be this person. I have no idea what's going to happen and I just love it. This is fun. No, because then you're going to be disappointed every single time. Let's have an idea of what's going to happen and then work towards making that happen. I love this quote by Jim Rohn. The major reason for setting a goal is not the achievement of the goal. It is to compel you to be the type of person it takes to achieve the goal. I think a lot of reasons that people just don't set goals is because we're afraid to fail. If we don't hit that goal, then, oh my gosh, I failed. No, if you didn't hit that goal, you learned a whole bunch of stuff. And we get to do it again. And this makes it fun. And then when you do hit the goal, maybe 6 months down the road, whatever that is, then we get to celebrate and have so much fun with you hitting that goal. But if you don't have a goal, you can never become the type of person that it takes to achieve that goal. I love that. If you aim at nothing, you're going to hit your target every single time. Wow. That's 100% success right there. If you aim at nothing. So have a plan, aim at something, and then see if you can hit your target. And if you don't, try again and then see what you learn from it. I love this Mark Batterson quote. This is taped on my computer. This has just been, I think I read this 10 years ago. Don't be afraid to go after a dream that's destined to fail. Without divine intervention. And I don't know why that just made me cry again. But I also know that if God's not in my business, I'm not doing it. I'm just not doing it. And I know not everybody on this call might believe like I believe. Guys, that's what makes me cry right there. That's what brings tears to my eyes. That every time I go after a dream and it becomes true, it's not me. It's my faith that he's doing it through me. And it just fuels me every single time. So sorry about that, but now you get to see what it looks like when you go after that dream and when you have that why. It really makes you cry. Okay, so here we are at the end of November, right? The end of October. And traditionally, every single year, November is the biggest month, the biggest sales month in doTERRA. We have our Christmas items that are coming out on the 1st. I'm super excited to get some of those Christmas items, but if people don't know that you have them for sale, that you can get these things for them, they're not going to buy them. You have to tell them about them or they're going to be gone. People also are doing Christmas shopping. Think about this. Can you put together baskets with rollerball blends in them, with maybe a restful basket and immunity basket? Think about these unique gifts that you might be able to offer for $50 or less to your friends. and make it be just a really unique gift that they can get for their mom or for their sister or for a friend. It's also cold and flu season, and it's also still COVID season. And it's, so November is also big because people are thinking about staying well during the holidays. And so they're really interested in doing classes on immunity and how to stay well. So use that as part of your November. And I can almost guarantee you, I haven't looked at my calendar yet, there will be BOGOs. Okay, so BOGOs are buy one, get ones. And we have had a BOGO month every November since I have been in doTERRA. And they try to steer clear of Thanksgiving. Is Thanksgiving on the 25th, you guys? I think it is. So I am not sure when they're going to have it, what week they're going to have it. It may be the week of Thanksgiving, which they did one year and I really didn't like that. Or it may start on the 15th of November. But we will have BOGOs. I never tell my downline that, because if people do know there are BOGOs, sometimes they don't do their LRPs until the BOGOs come up. So I don't tell people about BOGOs until later, but anybody who's been in doTERRA for any amount of time know that November is traditionally a BOGO month, and it's also a huge month for sales. So getting the information out there to people about buy one, get ones, that that they can enroll with that BOGO box now and actually get twice as many oils for the same prices they're gonna that they could, what is it, 12, 13 oils or something like that for the price of 5. So it really is a very, very good deal to get people started with an enrollment as well. Okay, so this is our second class of business building, and we have another class on November 2nd. So that's next Tuesday. I'm going to go over the pipeline. So we've talked about, your compensation plan. Now we talked about the why and what it means to be a leader. And now we're going to talk about the how of how to do your business. And our last call on November 9th is going to be confidence and belief. And I've also run into a lot of other topics that I already have PowerPoints for and everything else, like servant salesmanship, and how to deal with rejection, and how to have motivational conversations with people so that they tell you what you would normally tell them. So I have lots of classes that I can do. I am going to be moving to Arizona here mid-November. So we'll probably take a break, maybe do a couple more business building classes early December, and then break for the holidays again. So just so you know, I hope Tuesdays is a good deal. We got plenty of people on the call, so I hope Tuesdays stay good for you guys. So just know that we are the guardians of the culture. We are the ones who can change the world one drop, one person, one community at a time. And you guys are the ones to do it. So your belief levels and staying strong, keep going. That's what we want to do. All right, you guys hang on. I'm going to stop the recording now.